Meanwhile, I just can't get this freaking thing right. It's like if it was 2D, if it was a drawn cartoon, it'd be that thing where they do a little cycle of like a squiggly line above the teeth, and the teeth just kind of go like, you know. And I just want to get something like that, but I'm not doing it right, and it's not working, and I don't know why.
Been a few times a fish of one where I haven't had any bites all day. For a couple of times I've been you against the fish basically. But today's been good, which is very unusual because it's been so cold. But obviously they're hungry.
Golly wanted them to fall backwards and face camera, so what I've tried to do is just kind of catch part of the face as it comes through, so he's quite wide-eyed and he's got a big sort of A shape, as if he's screaming, kind of going past camera really, and hopefully the audience will kind of pick up on that very briefly, but long enough hopefully for it to be humorous.
We can get to some interesting places doing this. Most people don't get to see these places, but which is good. It gets you away from other people into the great outdoors. Oh, right, okay. It's just a long reach and see if I can get to the top. Ooh.
This particular character's just talking about his friends in the neighbourhood and how they all get together, you know, and sort of when the weather's really, really dry. This is probably the only pond in the neighbourhood.
There aren't many ponds in the neighbourhood.
I'm animating all of them at the moment. This particular one's sort of just exercising, one in the back sort of fanning, and this one's just turning around to engage with this one.
There aren't many ponds in the neighbourhood. And certainly in the height of summer when it gets quite dry, sort of any body of water attracts frogs from miles around, sort of a Lonely Heart pond for frogs, yes. Sort of singles bar sort of thing, yeah.
Are you having a dilemma?
Well, yeah, because see, she's got to do this big move towards the husband, going, kind of shouting at him like what's it called? But exactly the way the picture is framed, she's ending up on her movement. She's ending up kissing her ass, his ass, which is not what I want. So I'm trying maybe to move the head, bend the head. Maybe I should go further.
I'm very, what's the word? What's the word, Jeff, when women sort of are frightened of me? What do you call it? What's it called? Come on. Oi. Yes, you said to me, English women don't like me because I'm what? Too much of a threat. Too much of a threat. I give out sexual appeal.
The reason I find him funny is that it's more to do with the actual situation of the actual spider being on a web, on a car, travelling at 40 miles an hour, and also talking about the various speed cameras and other people breaking the rules and regulations, and sort of just this little window into another sort of like little beast sort of world. I thought it's quite surreal.
Rules and regulations of 40 miles per hour, and there were still cars coming past, and I was shouting and cheering to the speed camera saying, "Get that one, get that one."
So how are you doing this movement?
I'm doing it with forcing difficulties because I'm just noticing that this actually moves without me asking for it. I'm just gonna... who should I call? Because he's about to lift the arm and he's going to lift and go back down and lift again and like 5 times, so I can't really have a dodgy shoulder. That's not going to work. Right, so this should be completely... See, this is so tiny, you see? So, I mean, whenever you do a bit too much action with this, plasticine just breaks.
When you're getting swinged through the air, like you don't know where you're at and you're trying to like find where you are, but he's got complete control of your body. Yeah, that move is really painful on your socket of your shoulder because he really pulls at it, and when you land, it's painful on your.
Yeah. When he lands on the floor, so I still got control of him.
You feel a bit like dizzy afterwards.
So how's it going this morning?
It's going really slow this morning. The first 4 frames I took, I wasn't too happy about them. I kind of rushed them a little bit, so I decided to cut my losses and just delete them and start over again. So that's been a successful morning. It's 10:30 and I've done 4 frames, which isn't a record for me. Yeah.
Say your Christmas, my true love give to me a part. Oh God.
I don't really enjoy proper.
He's actually quite simple, this one, because he's on the winder underneath the set and he just moves up and down. No arms, no legs.
I used to love it when I was a kid, but I've been a bit busy these past couple of years, so I've not really noticed it. It's just flown by and then it's been completely gone. And the telly's so absolutely appalling. Just don't really see it go by. I feel really awful for saying that because I'm not miserable.
This mouth shape I've just put on is one I haven't used yet with his head in this position, and it means that I'm going to have to cut the bottom of it off to make it sit well in there.
It's a bit drastic.
It is surgery, but it has to be done. So, bye. It's all right. I can put it back on again. It's the magic of plasticine, you see.
I think even if you hate turkey, you've got to have it at Christmas. I think it's the law.
It's delicious turkey.
Turkey butties, a bit of stuffing on it, you can't beat it.
A bit of cranberry sauce on mine.
No, you can't beat that.
Don't, so it's like lots of treats. And that's the point where we decide how the creature's going to be animated. It's trying to find that human element in what's being said. That's the bit I enjoy most.
Like the best thing to do an impression of a stick. Stupid.
Are you happy with that, Golly?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I just realised that there's the stick insects haven't got a great deal of expression because they're very kind of thin characters, 2 eyes and a little flappy mouth. So I was just wondering about an eyebrow is very useful normally on a character because you can get a variety of expression, but we can't really do that with these sticks. But we might sort of do some squash and stretch on the eyes.
I like stick insects. I once got a train journey with me and 2 stick insects. It was brilliant.
I know, and I very much like a stick insect, but not as a intellectual conversationalist. I mean, hey, have you seen my log impression? Yes. You know, doesn't go much further than that, does it?
Stick insects don't have a developed vocal tract. That wouldn't happen. I think, though, dogs are stupid.
The size of the puppet which an animator can animate dictates the scale of the set. This is the pet shop set, and what's slightly different about this is all built full scale, so it has to be lit full scale.
Sometimes the pet, when people are looking, will actually do something to say, I'm the one you want. Here I am. You want me? I'll have me.
The slugs are great because you can work very quickly. I mean, there's no arms, no legs, little mouths you just stick on, move the teeth, move the eyes. So you can shoot up to 12 seconds a day, which is great. Whereas some characters, 1.5 to 2 seconds a day, more complicated ones.
There's sterile waters somewhere, and the volcanic chemicals and all that has started life, and then we've evolved from that. What I do find hard is the fact that we've actually evolved from something so minuscule, like so microscopic, to the dinosaurs, to us.
I don't catch flies because they eat poo. Yeah,
I don't catch flies. What I'm doing here is breaking the sound down into phonetic shapes
then allocating those to a dope sheet so that the animators get their mouth shapes in the right place, basically, so that the lip sync is tight, because that's really important to me. I can't stand shoddy lip sync, there's no need for it. So here, you can hear the P coming in there, and there's the P of poo. Down to that point. And then if you listen on the end, there's just a little breath there that the child takes before the track cuts out. So I also tell the animator when the puppet is supposed to be breathing. And they put breathe in. Breathe in.
I don't catch flies because they eat poo. And I don't like poo.
It's quite posh, this bird.
Yes, it's yard.
I always go home. Listen to the voice, and then you have a few ideas, a few sketches up your sleeves. And the more info I can get to go on, the better. Yes, and then I sort of, and let's get a sort of rough idea and sort of let's sketch it out.
My main reason for being competitive is because I know the more I win, the more girlfriends I'll have, and the more girlfriends I have, probably the more I'll win, because the more support I'll get, just as I go in a big pressure class. So the idea is to keep winning and keep gaining lots of girlfriends at these shows.
Retire from racing? I don't even like to think about it. I feel that
It's kind of so laboured in the way that he had his interview that every time we got into the meat of his answer, we kind of wanted to stop him. And that's where Golly kind of came up with this idea that he could be this greyhound that never finished his sentence.
I feel that if I've given my best performance and it's a good one, then obviously I get the reward, the pat on the back, knowing that you've tried to do your best for your coach. They've given you the training, the least you can do.
Originally, when Nick Park was animating Creature Comforts, he used to sculpt through the mouths, which meant that literally that you just take the mouth, and if you wanted to open it, you would just literally open it up a little bit, smooth it off, take a shot, move it a bit more, smooth it off, take a shot, and it's a really long process. And more recently we've developed a process where you can actually take the mouth off and put a different expression back on again.
Like I was doing a job in Brighton recently, and then that had a real buzz about it, and then I was in Suffolk or somewhere like that doing an agricultural show, and people had come to look at the cows.
At the end of the shoot we would have done 120 different setups, and within that you've got slugs which might be this big to a dog which is this big, so each different setup will need different size props.
I think, go for things that are obvious, dogs and cats and the like. I mean, there's all sorts of people, they have things in their bathrooms and all sorts, don't they, alligators and that sort of thing. Wouldn't have it in my bathroom, I can say. Nope, wouldn't.
It's alive. You know, I still do, and I've been doing it for 20 years.
I really enjoy working with people that have got...
Great. It's great. It's really, you've got the character.
I really look forward to going to work because
each puppet or each character is going to be slightly different, because they'll do more nervous things when they're on TV or, you know, being recorded. So they might stutter, they might go like that. So you can overemphasise that. The lady herself, she's partially blind, so it's ironic that she's doing a guide dog, but I think that's the cute and loveliness about it, I suppose. Yeah, she's a good voice to animate with.
With people that have got difficulties.
I really look forward to going to work because I really enjoy working with people that have got difficulties and struggles, and I feel like I can make a difference.
I think animators are a strange hybrid between a director and an actor, in that they're making a puppet perform, but it's their performance through the puppets. You know, they're directing their scene in terms of being aware of what else is happening in that scene.
She's a bit silly. I'm sure she's not in real life. And he gets irritated by her sometimes. And he's so lazy. He's just great because he's so lazy with his slow eyelids and slow mannerisms.
We're trying to shoot on average per animator about 4 seconds per day. Say like the cat and the dog, 2 characters all both speaking at the same time, quite a bit of action, full lip sync. You know, will only take 2 seconds a day maximum, maybe 3 if you're lucky, if there's a lot of pauses.
I think cats make good pets.
There's quite a lot of cats with bad breath, though. That's what I don't like about them.
Cats?
Yeah.